This is the end of the mystery.
Well, well, if it isn't our old friend Bluestone the Great.
Imagine being absent on YouTube for 2 weeks, only to come back and find out that you're being absolutely cooked by the internet. Koofy is a Roblox YouTuber with over 2 million subscribers who's recently been exposed for hiding who he really was, leading to one of the strangest plot twists of all time. Not only that, but it turns out there's other Roblox YouTubers that are involved in this too. But before we get into that, let's figure out why he was exposed in the first place. You see, a YouTuber by the name Kelogish was another massive Roblox YouTuber, and he often made FNF content, and as of nearly 3 years ago, he was called out for his interactions with not one, but multiple minors. Turns out this Roblox R. Kelly over here has been collecting minors like he's Thanos collecting the Infinity Stones. In one of his cases, Kelogish was 20 years old and his victim was 15. And they both exchanged images with one another, with Kelogish expressing the most disgusting things he wanted to do with her. In another situation in 2018, when Kelogish was 18, he was allegedly sending images of himself and weird text to a 13-year-old. In one instance, he was involved in dating a 14-year-old when he was turning 18, and he admitted to sharing images with her too. It just keeps going. And before some of you freaky ninjas try to give the benefit of the doubt, he himself has made it clear that he's not innocent at all. It's almost like he wanted to be caught.
Are you serious? Look.
That ain't me.
Furthermore, he also ended up doubling down to these disturbing situations on Scrimzox, where he basically admitted to committing numerous crimes.
Also,
Just so you know, she was like my first, yeah?
The 15-year-old when you were 20, right?
Nadine?
Yeah.
Now, as a result of him admitting to these allegations, YouTube decided, yeah, he's gotta go, and basically deleted his channel, and Roblox terminated his account, and he had seemed to have ultimately left the platform entirely. Now, most of the Roblox community thought, oh, good for Kelogish, at least he's finally leaving the kids alone. I mean, the community behind. You know, the one where he's proven time and time again that he really shouldn't be trusted in. But boy, how wrong they really were. About a month and a half after Kelogish's channel got the boot, we saw the birth of a channel named Koofy, and what do you know? He's just another Roblox YouTuber. His first video was about deleting his Roblox account, which is ironic, and I want you to remember this because it literally foreshadows what's to come. After almost 2 years, Koofy's managed to get himself up to almost 2 million subscribers. But recently, another YouTuber named V420, who, by the way, used to be friends with Koofy, dropped a bombshell on the internet because guess what? Turns out Koofy is actually Kelogish in disguise.
Every piece of information led me to a dead end, as he didn't have any publicly available social media.
Notification plays at 4 a.m. 24:20. Wait, sounds up to check.
It's Koofy. He's asking if I'd like to help him out in a short.
Very nice, thank you.
Turns out he was secretly running this channel all along, hiding his face and voice like he's Mysterio, but it looks like he's gonna have to delete his Roblox again because the internet's feeling betrayed. Comparing this to Itachi's betrayal in Naruto or when Aizen turned out to be the supervillain in Bleach. Honestly, this was a huge betrayal. Bro, the disappointment I felt when I read the title and then realizing that Koofy was literally Kelogish was insane. I loved watching his reacting to cringe TikTok. What a betrayal. Some people are drawing comparisons with the Dr. Disrespect situation. I gotta say, I know it's true. I don't want to believe it and I want to forgive him so badly. But if we didn't spare Dr. Disrespect, why should we forgive Koofy? Because in the last 2 years, Koofy did manage to build up a solid reputation with his videos, but little did everyone know, he was leaving little clues as to who he really was. And that's how V420 found out about it too.
Every time we interacted, it was like we were the same characters from the videos, but occasionally I caught a glimpse of Koofy's true self beyond the character. From his age to his home country, I now had a rough idea of who this guy could be in real life.
As Kaka mentioned in this video, Koofy seems super up to date on old Roblox dramas, which is weird since he was supposedly new to the community. Not only that, but he was freakishly good at Funky Friday and Roblox simulator games, which basically matches Kelogish's MO. But here's where it gets really interesting. While chatting in Discord, Koofy casually tells Kaka that he's German and 23 years old. And guess what? That lines up perfectly with Kelogish's age and nationality at the time. Coincidence? I think not. But the biggest smoking gun in this whole thing is that Koofy actually gave V420 full access to his YouTube analytics. Like, that's giving someone the keys to your diary and hoping they won't ever read it. Anyway, Kaka goes snooping around, and guess what?
Not in danger, I am.
he stumbles upon Koofy's secret blacklist of words, and surprise, surprise, Koofy had completely blocked any mention of Kelogish or the allegations surrounding him. Basically, you couldn't even type those words in the comments without them vanishing like half the people in Infinity War. And it gets weirder because apparently you also couldn't mention the word flamingo or fave. Like, what? I guess those two words were his pink kryptonite? So according to Kakav V420, Koofy straight up admits he is Kelogish. Like, no more guessing games here. He's basically just come out and said, yep, it's me. But don't worry, he insists he's a changed man. You know, because many years have passed and apparently that fixes everything. Oh, and to top it all off, he promised to stop using caca in his videos. Like that's the real issue. And he even went so far as to delete his Discord account. But while everyone's getting caught up in the unmasking of Koofy, this drama expands to something bigger with multiple YouTubers getting involved in this. Say, what if I told you that Kelogish's close friends, people he's been hanging out with for ages, knew all along that Koofy was actually his alternate account? And not just that, but these pals of his were actually defending Kelogish even back when people first started calling him out. And they didn't just cover for him, they actively boosted his presence. They helped him rack up views and even let him edit content on their channels on YouTube. I'm talking about Rainway and It's Matty, because while everyone else was in the dark, these two guys were basically handing him a microphone.
It's Matty is one of them. Yes, I will say that. Yes, It's Matty is one of them. I'm not going to say anybody else though, but there are some Roblox YouTubers out there that knew about it and knowingly helped him.
Crazy doesn't even begin to cover all this because after everything that's happened, Matty's channel has been caught red-handed with end screens leading straight to Koofy's videos. It's like they're running a shady side business together, promoting Koofy's second channel while ignoring the fact that he's a real predator. The whole thing smells fishier than a day-old sushi platter. Matty was the first one to come forward and confess that he actually hired Koofy after his main channel got taken down, and apparently Matty thought it was a great idea to let Koofy edit videos for him out of guilt, hoping to keep him out of trouble. Yeah, because paying a predator to work for you in child-friendly content is totally better than helping him get a second job at McDonald's. On second thought, that's actually worse. Anyways, now that Matty's trying to play the victim card, he claims that he only supported Koofy because he was feeling guilty about it and using the fact that Koofy threatened to unalive himself as a shield for his questionable decisions. I'd say his excuses are as flimsy as a paper umbrella in a hurricane. That's like me going to my friends saying, yeah, so I texted these kids, give me a job or else I'll unalive myself. They just straight up call 911. But Matty here insists that while he let Koofy work for him, he never let him self-promote on his own channel. Matty says Koofy put his videos on there without permission. Really? Then why did he keep them up when he supposedly knew all about it? It's almost like he wanted Koofy's channel to thrive. Matty claims he stopped working with Koofy as of early 2022, but there's zero proof of this. I'd say this guy's about as believable as me claiming I can pull rabbits out of thin air. But to really add insult to injury, Matty says Koofy wasn't using the name Kelogish when they were in contact. But guess what? Sources say Koofy was indeed using that name. So Matty's either lying through his teeth or he's just stupid. Either way, he's now scrambling to cover his tracks, having removed all those incriminating end screens as of now. But while Matty's left scrambling, another big Roblox YouTuber who's nearly hit 500,000 subscribers is in serious trouble thanks to Koofy. You see, a YouTuber named Rainway was supposedly friends with Koofy and was quick to sing his praises, saying Koofy was always there for him. But here's where it gets messy. Tanuki Alex, who ran the RT Twitter account in 2021, dropped some Discord logs that show Rainway was privately defending Koofy's actions. In these DMs, Rainway's basically playing PR for Goofy. Not only that, but he was insisting that everyone should hear his side of the story and trying to convince Alex not to spill the beans. It's like Rainway's version of damage control. Sweep it under the rug, let's move on and keep the buddy-buddy relationship intact. What Rainway's saying is that everyone makes mistakes and he's worried about Kelogish's career. Sure, we all slip up, but when your friends' mistakes involve preying on minors and admitting to multiple crimes, it's a little more than a mere oopsie daisy, I dropped my milkshake on the floor. It's like saying a tornado is just a light breeze. It's a bit of an understatement, don't you think? And when the news broke, more screenshots emerged showing Rainway downplaying the situation. He claimed that a 15-year-old victim wasn't really a victim. You know what? I'm starting to think we should have an investigation on all of Rainway's DMs, just in case. Because blaming the victim and minimizing the impact of Koofy's actions is not just a bad look, it's practically a clown show, and it's really telling for his character. Rainway's defense is basically, I'm sad Kelogish got canceled. Yeah, that's cute, but it doesn't change the fact that Kelogish was a grown adult committing heinous acts while the victim was a child. Rainway's attempts to mitigate the damage don't really hold water. It's like trying to catch a sinking ship with duct tape. Nice try, but the boat's still going down. Recently, Rainway has been reaching out with anyone who mentions him in connection with this mess. He's showing full context of conversations, but it's not exactly clearing his name. The new screenshots don't change anything, they just show Rainway's ongoing sympathy for Koofy and his frustration over the backlash. It's also like he's trying to play the victim in this scenario too. But unlike Rainway, this next YouTuber might actually be a real victim of Koofy, and what's surprising is that this incident happened after Kelogish claimed that he's changed. You see, Ayo Gaming Roblox, who was just 13 at the time, found himself in a pretty rough spot. Why? Because Koofy decided to feature him in a video, which led to a lot of fans harassing Ayo Gaming, accusing him of being some kind of scammer. Now keep in mind, just like Koofy's female victims, Ayo was a literal teenager back then, and this stress took a severe toll on him. It got so bad that he ended up hospitalized after an attempt to harm himself. Not exactly a happy ending. Ayo even tried reaching out to Koofy, showing proof that some of the claims were fake and that he'd changed. But did Koofy reply? Nope. He just let the video up with all the dodgy screenshots and accusations. So much for the guy that claims that he's changed, he couldn't even let others change either. While the internet is having one hell of a time this year, Koofy and Kaka have gone from an iconic Roblox duo to Drake and Kendrick. He died a villain, then lived long enough to disguise himself as a hero. The biggest question we need to ask is, who will Koofy be tonight? That's the question.